everyone, welcome back to my channel. It's Ashley, your independent Scentsy consultant. So today I have some bring back my bars to talk about for what I have been warming. And then also I have an update to my candle project that I have going on. Those will be at the end. Let's start with the bring back my bars. So I have 8 to talk about. One of these is not a bring back my bar, but it is a new to me bar that is currently available. So let's just start with that one. This is actually from the Father's Day collection, and it's the High Mountain Lake bar. This, honestly, I could not smell when it was warming. Like, I don't know if it's kind of like a natural fresh scent, if you will. It gives me a little bit of like the rocky type scent that some people get in like Sand Swept. I really do get that, which is almost more of like a natural type of scent. It's not like floral or fruity or bakery. It's just like something that already occurs in nature. So I don't know if that was part of it, or if it was just lighter, or if it was just undetectable by my nose because of this type of fragrance. But I had it going in the open concept, probably at least 3 cubes. I think maybe one of the cubes I cut up for samples, and I literally couldn't smell it. Very odd. So I have 4 left. Maybe I will see if like Corey wants to use this in his office or anything. I'm not like overly a fan of the scent on cold in the clam anyway, but then, so I guess maybe I'm not like so upset that I couldn't smell it in the open concept. I just thought it was strange because I generally, even when scents are light, like I can get whiffs of them here and there. Like if I can't smell something, I'll go up to the warmer and legit like, can I smell this? This was just an absolute no. So this might be a pass along to Corey pile potentially. This was from the Father's Day collection though, like I said, which is still available. Okay, let's talk about Bring Back My Bars. As of June 1st, the Bring Back My Bars are available on the Scentsy websites for consultants. They're on your consultant's website. Just go to Scentsy.us, you'll find it. So I'm so excited. Like, Bring Back My Bar is a huge time in Scentsy land, and I feel like we have a lot of good ones. I feel like we have some not so great ones, or ones that I'm not so into, but some of these ones I started with, I'm fairly impressed with. So let's just begin with what I started with first. First, we have a fuzzy blanket. And this one on cold, I was like, ooh, I don't know. This one people like rave about, if you will. Like, I feel like this one's fairly popular. On cold, I get a lot of like stargazing. If you remember that scent, it was a scent of the month a couple years ago, and it was not my favorite. Like, I feel like it comes up in clearance every now and again because I personally, like, I feel like a very specific set of people like that one. And it was giving me like this and that kind of smell very similar on cold. It's like, when I think of fuzzy blanket, I feel like this should be like maybe a hint of lavender, and maybe that's just because of the color, but like a warm, cottony, cozy type of feeling. And it almost is very like deep and like dark, if you will. When this was actually going in the warmers though, I did really like it. I will say it wasn't super strong, but I only did 2 cubes, I think, maybe 3, but I feel like I only did 2 because then I wanted to save these 4 and like actually do them in the bedroom, and I think it's gonna be lovely there. It was so much better when it's actually going in the warmer. So this one, I think I'm trying to decide. You guys know I've like restricted, I'm trying to be better about my club, so I'm trying to make piles of like things I'm going to just reorder and things I'm going to actually put in my club. And I think this one is just going to be a reorder. Like maybe I'll get a couple bars when I close out a party, grab some more bars of it, because I think I like it, but I don't know that I need to club it. And I don't know what I would kick out of my club for this. Like, this is very specific, mostly in the bedroom for me. Surprisingly, a lot better on warm than on cold. Let's talk about maybe one that I already knew I wasn't a fan of, and I'm still not a fan. Cashmere Pear. Did this one in the bedroom because I was like, I don't want to do this in the open concept because like I really don't think I'm a fan of it. I think this is a really pretty scent, but it has that added ginger, and I think if the ginger wasn't there, this would be absolutely beautiful and amazing. The ginger to me honestly really comes out, and it's spicy almost. Like, it makes this sweet, cozy fruity, like it's sweet and it's cozy and it's slightly fruity. Like you get a hint of pear, but I don't think you'd come in and be like, it smells like fruity, it smells like pear. Like I don't, it all really goes well together. But then there's like this undertone of like spice. If that wasn't there, I feel like it'd be completely such a beautiful scent. But the hint of ginger, and like I feel like on this bottom of the bar I don't really get it, maybe a little bit on the top, but I feel like when it was warming in the bedroom it was really coming out. I only let it go for like one kind of evening, and then I was like, I don't know if I can do this anymore, so I ended up taking it out. I have 4 more cubes. I feel like certain whiffs I get of it, I'm like, that's not bad, and then when I get the whiffs of the ginger, I'm like, oh, this is just terrible. Why did they put that in here? But some people are really big fans, but this is my like negative for the pile that I actually warmed through. Okay, let's talk about Sweet Pea and Vanilla. I'm not like overly against this scent. I just feel like it's very like Bath and Body Works Sweet Pea. I just feel like it has kind of been overdone. Like maybe I've been a little bit overstimulated by it. It's pretty. I let it go for a couple days because I was just like, it's really nice, it's doing well, it was like fairly strong, but I just don't know that I need to like get more of it actively. It wouldn't be my first floral I'm reaching for, but it literally smells exactly what it is titled, Sweet Pea and Vanilla. I think it smells exactly like Sweet Pea from Bath and Body Works. And who hasn't used Sweet Pea from Bath and Body Works? Like I feel like that is just so incredibly popular, and I used so much of it like middle school, high school. And so like that's all this makes me think of. But it was pretty going, and like when I used it the last time it was around, it was also pretty. I just don't think it's one I need to like actively buy more of. So that's gonna go in the these two, not buying any more pile. Okay, let's talk about My Wish. This one in the past I was very much against. Surprisingly, I enjoy it more than I had in the past. I feel like I'm getting more marshmallow than I remember getting previously. Like I felt like in the past I remember getting marshmallow because there wasn't a lot of marshmallow scents, and I was like, do I want more of this because of that? But it almost has like, I don't know if it's like plum or some kind of fruity. I know it has violet, or maybe it doesn't have fig. It has some sort of like dark plummy type fruit smell to me. I don't know that I can specifically be like it has violet, but I know in my head I know the notes have violet, and I think the last time it was available I was like, I hate violet, and so I think that kind of just like tarnished my opinion of it. I'm not sure on this one. Like I really did actually enjoy it this time. I do have 4 more cubes. Will I get more of it though? I don't know. I don't know if it's one I'm like gonna reach for over other things. So I'm like, do I really need more? Can I just enjoy these 4 cubes and be good? But surprisingly, I like actually am way more into it than I had been in the past. I feel like I'm just being more strict now. Like, okay, be honest with yourself. Do you love it, or do you just like it? Like you could just get another bar and be fine, versus putting it in your club, since I'm trying to be more strict about that. Okay, Cherry Vanilla. This one was one of our surprise winners actually from our first sniffs. This one's really pleasant actually. The cherry is not overpowering to the point where it's like choking you out so intense. Like I feel like some of the cherries scents that are available, it's just like I can't breathe, there's so much cherry going on, and sometimes it comes off very medicine like. This one to me really doesn't for some reason, and I think it has like notes of like chocolate and some other stuff going on. Like it's not only fruity, and I feel like that helps tone it back a little bit. But also I just think the cherry is really well done in here for what I like for cherry. So this one, I have a feeling this one's actually going to go in the club. I did take out maraschino sugar cookie, and I do feel like this would be a great replacement for it. But I probably need to take out something else to replace this. So I have this one on my list for the club pile, and Corey did like it. I felt like it did okay in the open concept too. So I actually really ended up enjoying this one a lot more than I thought I would. I saw cherry in the name and I was basically just wrote it off. but it's not bad. Okay, White Sands. This one is so interesting. It's a very conceptual scent, 100%. It's kind of like where beachy meets like a cozy vibe. It's kind of just like your fresh linen pants you would wear as like a swimsuit cover up, freshly washed. Like it kind of just is those two things combined, beachy and cozy. I have mixed feelings on this. I don't think this is going to be a club contender at all for me. I enjoyed it, but also I never found myself like, wow, I really love this and can't live without this. I don't know. I was like, it's nice. I see where people are going when they like it, but like, I wasn't over the hill so excited about it. I don't know if that makes sense, but I just like, I let it go for multiple days because I couldn't get a read on the scent. And I know it has like rice milk or something random in the notes. And I don't know if like that was hanging me up on like what is truly in this scent, because it doesn't really smell like anything specific. It just literally smells like a little bit beachy, not like coconut even really, just like a little bit beachy, but then also like cozy, like freshly washed sheets in a way, but not like laundry scented, just warm and cozy. It's very interesting. I would say this is pretty like welcoming, if you will. I don't remember the scent being like overly strong. I let it go for multiple days, like I said, and it lasted for quite a while, but it wasn't ever like a 10 out of 10 strength where it was like I can't breathe in here. It was just like a very even, probably like medium to me, the whole length of it. So I did really enjoy that, but I'm like, I don't like, should I just maybe get one more bar? Because I feel like it's intriguing and it's an interesting bar, but I don't know when I like would use this, because it's just such a weird, it's such a weird combination of whatever's going on in here. And I just don't know how I feel about it. So that's why I feel like I need more, because I have these 2 cubes, but I don't feel like that's enough for me to get another decent read on what's happening. Okay, and then last but definitely not least, because this is one of the ones I was the most excited about, and probably majority people, happy birthday. Just put this one in yesterday, so I want to let this one go a little bit longer, because I feel like I really haven't had much time with this, because I put it in yesterday and then we ended up going out of the house later while it was kind of still like in its beginning stages. But I absolutely love this. Like, I already knew on Cold Sniff I loved it. It's definitely not the same as Birthday Wishes. I feel like it's richer in a different way. Like, Birthday Wishes to me is more like light fluffy cake and frosting. This almost, I know some people say it's marble cake, like sometimes you get more white cake, sometimes you get more chocolate cake, sometimes you get kind of a combo. This one to me feels like a heavier cake. Like, it's less frosting and it's more like heavy cake, or even like tres leches cake, where it's just like really moist. I'm sorry for saying that word, but like it's really heavy and like dense and very sweet still and very cakey, but like that type of situation. So I really enjoyed it. I felt like it kind of, by the time we had come back home from being out, like it was still going, but I felt like it kind of had like subdued and died off a little bit. So I need to definitely test it some more. Regardless, I think you already know, like it's going in my club. We knew this as soon as they were gonna bring it back. So, okay, let me quickly go through my candle project items. That's all I had for what I've been warming, so I'll be back next week to hopefully share some more things. But let's quickly go through my candle project update. So I have all the candles here, and then I have the tally of how many times I warmed each one of them. So first I'm gonna start off with the caramel toffee swirl. I only burned this one time, and we had a little bit of a pooling situation here. I didn't get to let this one go for very long because we ended up actually leaving the house as this was still going before any of that kind of pooled out. But I don't really care about the pooling too much. I'm not super big on that. But only one sad burn on this. This is probably going to be in the lineup for the crock at some point. But not quite yet. I have something else I need to put in there next, so we'll see. Okay, next I have the Target Cedar and Magnolia, or just Cedar Magnolia, I guess. This one I burned twice, and it's got some fun mushroom tops here that I'm going to trim. This one I feel like is not far off from being done. When I light this, if it's like more than 2 hours, you can almost see the whole entire, like the whole jar is liquefied. I do think this jar being so thick actually does conduct a heat really well and lets it get a really deep wax pool. I'm curious to try this in different spaces in my house because I feel like this doesn't have super great strength and throw, but burned it twice and I feel like, I don't know if this could be done by next week, but part of me feels like it could be. Okay, next we have Cotton Candy Champagne, and this one I also only burned once. Sad, sad, sad. But this one I feel like is going to start to get some more love once I start to roll out the Caramel Toffee Swirl. So this one, like I said, only one burn, but I still really do love this scent. Okay. And then I have my single wick and strawberry pound cake. This one I actually burned 3 times because this is my morning bathroom get ready candle. And it is currently at the point, it doesn't look like it, but it's at the point where I can't like light it, dip the wick, do all those kinds of things because it's so far down to the wick clip. So the rest of this I'm actually going to put in the crock. I can't imagine it's going to last for more than maybe like 2 days just because there's so little wax in here, but it does still smell like I can still get the scent. So I do want to crock the rest of it, but it is a very, very little amount. So this one we will not be seeing anymore. I will be putting it in the crock and then putting it in my empties. So because that one's going to go out, I'm actually going to start using this one in the bathroom in its place, and I'm excited to see how this does in there in that smaller area. And then last but not least, I burned my Kiwi passion fruit one time. This one, I also had some pooling situation issues, but I actually broke this wick literally before I lit it. I've been having this problem lately. Maybe not, lately isn't the right term, but like I've been having this problem where I go to trim like the mushroom tops off and the wicks just snap. So I've been doing okay with reviving them. If you want me to ever talk about that anymore, I totally can. And I'm, once again, not super huge on like things pulling out of the way because I know at the end of the day I have a crock and it doesn't really matter. So I actually really enjoyed the burn on this one this last time. I know I had said in my intro that I was like, really loved it on cold, but when it was burning, I felt like I almost got something different. This last time I didn't feel that way. I felt like I totally got the same exact scent as I do on cold, and I really love that. So just one time, but hoping to work more on it this upcoming week. So that is everything I have for my what I've been warming and my update for my candle project. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you're having a great weekend, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.